Hey, boys and girls. It's time for Uncle Jay Explains the News. Now here's the guy who helps little minds understand big news stories, Uncle Jay.
Hi, boys and girls. Well, a lot of the news from this week is going to be in the history books that your kids someday won't read. And that's why Uncle Jay's news word for this week is milestone. A milestone is any kind of important event or important moment, like, you're about to break a new world's record, or you're about to have a big anniversary, or maybe you're about to move in with new friends, or perhaps your boss transferred you to a new location that you never expected. Well, the news lately has been one milestone after another. The British Prime Minister had to quit his job, a very high price to pay for standing by his friend. The president of the World Bank had to quit his job, a very high price to pay for sleeping by his friend. And even the guy who knows the right price to pay is stepping down. It's kind of sad. Well, another milestone in the news was the biggest sunken treasure ever found. $500 million in coins, boys and girls. That is a huge amount of money. Unless you realize that next year, Congress's new budget will spend 16 times that amount every day. President Bush doesn't like it, but he says he'll probably sign it. Congress also passed a new law that says illegal immigrants can stay in America as long as they pay $5,000 apiece. President Bush says he will sign that. Congress is also working on a new resolution condemning Alberto Gonzales. President Bush says, that's a political stunt. That's an insult to our intelligence. No way. Well, yet another is a new drug for women that could actually end what, maybe you've heard your mom or your older sister call the curse. And guys aren't very big fans of it either. But some people say that you really shouldn't mess with Mother Nature. In fact, the next time there's a big natural disaster, all the usual people will come out and say that this is the reason. Almost all the usual people. Well, now, boys and girls, it's time to answer one of your news questions. This week it comes from Ellie in Santa Monica. Hi, Ellie. Ellie writes, Dear Uncle Jay, right now there are lots of new movies that are sequels, just kind of the same thing, dredged up again and again. That made me wonder, Uncle Jay, does the news ever do sequels like the movies? Well, thanks, Ellie. You're absolutely right. The news industry does store and reuse headlines again and again. This is the way the news industry does their part to reduce global warming. They bring back the same headlines. That saves energy. It saves newsprint and paper and videotape. And people who make the news also recycle their behavior so that the same stories can come back again and again. Everybody's favorite stories. Well, boys and girls, send your news questions to Uncle Jay at UncleJayExplains.com. I'll see you next week when Uncle Jay explains the news. And remember, a good kid is good news.